Welcome back to an episode of Down in 216, hosted by your boy Will here, man. How y'all doing and how y'all feeling today? Coming at you guys with an interesting topic. Now that we're getting closer and closer to April, the storylines and the little things about the draft are starting to come out and spew out. Um, Now it's kind of looking like Cam Ward is going to be the consensus number one overall pick. They won't trade out of it. But the Tennessee Titans came out and did say that they were open to trading back. I don't think that's something they would do or even acknowledge if Cam Ward was slam dunk their guy. So um, you had the whole Titans organization at pro day, everybody loving it up, gushing it up. All they did was really rise the price on Cam Ward. They said they really like Cam Ward, but you're gonna have to, really throw us a deal. Come on, y'all. We've been here before with teams. You're not about to come out here and say it if you're not serious. Let's just be honest. So it would be kind of crazy for us not to sit here and talk about, can the Cleveland Browns trade up to the number one overall pick and select Cam Ward? Is it possible? Is it possible? Can the Cleveland Browns trade up? So what that'll look like? Essentially, I'm assuming that they're gonna have to probably. What's too much of assets to not go and get Cam Ward? What's too much assets to give up? I wouldn't necessarily give up any picks. I wouldn't give up our second. Giving up our second sucks. I really wouldn't give up our second. I'm assuming you give them a third. You give them number two. You're gonna give them maybe a next year's third and maybe a next year's second or a next year first. Like a kind of a three picks, three, four premium players, three, four, 3 to 4 top 100 picks, including a number two pick in the draft. So I'm assuming, will go number two pick, a third, and then maybe a first next year and a third, or a number two pick, the second round pick, and then maybe we don't do anything else and we just chalk up our. But I think the better thing would be keeping our premium picks. If we could give them like a boatload of 6th and 7th round picks and trade up and go and get Cam Ward, or just even our next year first. Let's just break it down like that. That might be the more realistic topic to talk about. Would you guys trade next year's first for Cam Ward? I would, to be honest, saying it out loud and asking myself the question. I think I would. The only reason I'm saying that is because this video is sponsored by Detrimental Figures, my brand here. As y'all see, some of the quality of my recent work. You get a signature tag on it as well. We make and really emphasize quality over quantity. So we try to take and make sure we use the best materials to come up with our shirts and the best designs. Make sure y'all following us on Instagram, Detrimental Figures. So y'all can also get the description down below and hit the link for a shirt. Everything I drop is limited edition, so unfortunately this shirt is sold out. I don't have any more, but I have different things coming up similar to it. So keep in mind, and I'll keep you guys updated with some of my new stuff throughout these videos coming up. Because I do think that it's going to be pretty interesting, where the Browns land and finish this season. Because if they finish at like the number, what? Let's just say we finish at like the 16th, 14th, 13th pick. That in the second to move up a spot and get the quarterback you need, I think is going to be really pivotal. If the Browns are able to somehow get Brandon Ayuk, you bring in Brandon Ayuk with Jerry Judy, you keep your second, you get, like a Hassan Jenkins or a Trayvon Henderson. I think I said their names right. Out of the second round. And now you bring back Nick Chubb, and now you got Cam Ward, Brandon Ayuk, Jerry Judy, Nick Chubb, Jenkins. You got a two wide receiver group. You got a two running back unit, two wide receiver unit, a rookie quarterback. You just brought in Jenkins. You go and get a tackle somewhere here and there. and you rock out. Or you could go and get a tackle in the second round, and you could come back in the third round and grab a running back, and you rock out with a left tackle in the second round, your QB, Brandon Ayuk, bring back Nick Chubb, you get another running back, you bring in probably another running back in the seventh round, bring back or keep Jerome Ford. And I think this team is back locked and loaded. That's a completely revamped offense. You bring in Trevor Jenkins. You got a second offensive tackle now coming in on top of Dewan Jones, on top of having Jack Conklin. You got now three deep, left tackle group. And then on top of that, you bringing in Trayvon Jenkins to add to that great, group with Wyatt Taylor and Joel Batonio. So it's gonna be relatively nice. That sounds like a pretty solid offensive line. And now you look up, and this Cleveland Browns offense looks pretty decent. And if this defense is able to hold up and continue to grow, they got pieces like Myles Garrett. They got pieces like Denzel Ward. They got pieces like Martin Emerson. They got pieces like Greg Newsom. They got pieces like Grant Delpit. They got pieces like JOK. They got pieces like Mike Hall. This team is pretty deep on the defensive side of football, guys. We could go and grab some linebackers. We just brought in Jerome Baker. We got corners. Well, we need to go and draft a couple edge rushers to come in and help Miles. We got corners. We probably need maybe like a safety. That's about it, y'all. That's about it. This Browns team needs maybe a safety and another edge rusher, and I'll be pretty content with what I just said happening. But what you guys think? Is it worth giving up next year's first to bring in Cam Ward? Why would you or why would you not do it? I'm not trying to get too overhyped by his throws, but the eye test, the name, he got the three boxes, y'all. He checks the three boxes. He seems like he's going to be a good quarterback. Now, what I will say is the top quarterback isn't always the best quarterback. So you do obviously got Shador Sanders right there staring you in the face. Do you pass on Shador Sanders to give up more assets to take Cam Ward? Or do you keep Shador Sanders, take him, and know that you let Cam Ward slide through the raffles? Interesting debate, man. Y'all comment down below how y'all feel about it. Would y'all trade next year's first and our current first for the number one pick in the draft? Let me know how y'all feel about it. It's your boy Will. I'm out. Peace.